You think the Oklahoma City Thunder are gonna repeat? Think again, buddy. You think old man LeBron and Luka's skinny clone have a chance? The New York Knicks? Man, f*** out of here. The Cleveland Cavaliers?
Yeah. Alright, I'm finna get disrespectful in this.
It's obvious who the favorite of this season is. It's the team that's added a career 39% three-point shooter who also shuts more shit down than the US federal government. It's the team that brought back an essential role player who's already played a part in winning an NBA championship. It's the team that finally got a backup center that can play more than 5 NBA minutes. It's the team with the best player in the world, and if you haven't caught up by now, come on, little guy. We're talking about the Denver Nuggets. Now, before we get into why the Denver Nuggets are the favorites, let's go ahead and explain why these other teams are out. Why the Cleveland Cavaliers can't be taken as serious NBA championship contenders. First and foremost, have you watched any of the last playoff runs by this squad? They used up all of their luck in that beautiful 2016 comeback run with LeBron, because ever since then, they've accepted belt to ass. 2025 playoffs, Eastern Conference semifinals, they get clowned by my GOAT Halliburton in a 5-game series. 2024, 5-game series lost to the eventual NBA champions, the Boston Celtics. And then 2023, a first-round ass beating by the New York Knicks, once again in 5. If you want to make the argument, Darius Garland's toe was injured, Evan Mobley was still developing, get Donovan Mitchell some help. How long are we going to be doing this for, guys? It's year 4, and your main star is a short, athletic guard who just turned 29 and doesn't have the best injury history either. You have another short guard in your backcourt and a guy named Darius Garland who I like flat out. But how much do you get to see your guard when he's consistently suffering from the silliest injuries? I'm aware that it's not really in his control at the end of the day, but from the torn meniscus in college, to the groin injury his rookie year, to the broken jaw, and now the toe? This man is looking like he was born with glass bones and paper skin. Love the front court though. Evan Mobley is still on track to being one of the best two-way bigs we got in the league, and Jared Allen does exactly what he's asked to do on the court. Be big as block shots, and dunk the goddamn basketball. That being said, until the guard situation gets figured out, this Cavs team will be stuck in the Eastern Conference semifinals for the foreseeable future. Sell high on D. Mitch and Allen and rebuild around the 2 young stars for the future. Back to the West Side. Why the Los Angeles Lakers can't be taken as serious NBA contenders. Look, I love me some old man Bron work. He'll hit you with some fuck yous, full court dimes, and randomly dunk on someone 15 years younger than him. But, and I hate to say this, the writing is on the wall. Yes, you guys lucked out and got an absolutely generational player in Luka Doncic to have as the cornerstone piece of the franchise. Fuck you, Lakers. But that's a future move. This Lakers team obviously isn't trying to win now, because they just hired that coworker who kills it in the first 2 hours of the shift and then completely kicks his big ass feet up for the next 6 hours. I'm talking about the bohemian nuisance that is DeAndre Ayton. Mark these words down right now. DeAndre Ayton will trick so many Lakers fans in those first 15 games into thinking that he's good. He's the missing piece. But by game 82, you'll be begging for some Alex Len minutes or get Jackson Hayes. Come back, buddy. I don't care. Taco Fall, somebody else. God damn. Now we're looking at the apple. Why the New York Knicks can't be taken as serious NBA championship contenders this year. Reason number 1, Spike Lee. Flat out. Every time you can count on that camera panning over to my guy after the most soul-crushing, heartbreaking, worst feeling moment ever in your entire life as a sports fan. 10 out of 10 times. No, but seriously, Jalen Brunson is one of the best 6-foot flat people I've seen play in this game. And yes, 6 foot flat. I'd be a goddamn goofy to believe he's 6'2". And the team as a whole is great. From the lockdown forwards and Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby, to the hustle king Josh Hart, the addition of Malcolm Brogdon, Jordan Clarkson, and Yabusele, this is a team I can most definitely see coming out of the Eastern Conference Finals, and having their first championship appearance since the '99 lockout season. You might have noticed I left off one of the important guys on the list, Cat, and that's because I'm wary of him. He actually impressed a lot of NBA fans with his play last postseason, me included. I mean, the dude got traded away from the team he'd been on for almost a decade and finished with 24 and 13 a game that same year. While there were some impressive moments in the postseason, especially against the Pistons, his overall production in every category went down. Yo, whose production never goes down in the postseason? The Serbian dude who plays for the Nuggets. So if these squads were to meet in the finals, I'm taking the 3-time MVP all day, 8 out of 7 times of the week. But the Knicks are great, don't get me wrong. But Dash, what about the most important team, last year's champions? Jesus, yes. You heard it here, folks. The Oklahoma City Thunder will not be this year's repeat champions. For starters, the Denver Nuggets forced this team to a 7-game series with a hurt Aaron Gordon, a shaky Jamal Murray, and that one guy that said things such as,
you get mad at these dudes like that do the sports betting, but think about if you could get all your homies rich by telling them, yo,
no shit,
bet $10,000 on my under, this one game.
Now they have an upgrade to that guy. With even more pieces, I can see experience winning. Besides the comparison to last season between the squads, one of my biggest worries is Chet Holmgren's ability to stay healthy. We lost our guy to a foot injury his rookie year. He had a fairly serious hip injury midseason this last year. And I know you'll be thinking, but Dash, OKC did fine without him, and he was back for the playoffs regardless. I get it, but you're gonna need that third piece when playoff time comes around, because even with him, it's iffy against the Nuggets. I will say, though, if Nikola Topic turns out to be one of them ones, it's actually over for the league. Disregard everything I said here and for the future. So that leads me to the statement. The Denver Nuggets should be the obvious favorites for this year's finals winners. I know that 2023 championship feels like ages ago, but I promise you, it wasn't. With Jokic and some healthy pieces going into the playoffs, there should be no doubt in anyone's minds they're the favorite. As I mentioned before, you have the best player in the league pretty undisputedly, Jamal Michael Jordan Murray in the playoffs, the addition of Cam Johnson, a guy who's been to the championship before, the addition of Bruce Brown, a guy who's already won you a championship before, and they gave Jokic a backup finally, who can play real NBA minutes. No disrespect, DeAndre Jordan, you know I got love for you. They still got the star stopper and Aaron Gordon, the white boy hustler and Christian Brown, I guess, and an underrated vet minimum signing from Tim Hardaway Jr. With Jokic, you can never go wrong with more three-point shooters. So with mass amounts of experience, winning basketball players, and a new coach in place, I think the 2025-2026 NBA champions will be the Denver Nuggets. But thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Remember to like the video, comment on the video, share the video, just really get to know that video. Just get warmed up to it. But regardless, sorry that was a little weird. I need you guys to do something for me. Please. Have a phenomenal rest of your day.